coming on the light. And bro, it's time is around 2:37 in the morning. And I have finished my work around 2:43. After all the work is done, then obviously you have to get ready of yourself. And that takes a lot of time. So eventually I had to leave from the shops around 3 in the morning. So from the downtown Manhattan, 3 a.m. and then immediately goes into the trains. And then right now it's 4:37 a.m. in the morning. And there are a few of the things which I will gonna discuss today's live streams. The first thing is the procrastination. It is all four important stuff. Procrastination is quick reminding of my goals and living with the parents, and also I'm using two filter word. This is not good. Also, in a week we have 168 days. And what we utilize these hours in these 7 days? Let's start with the first one. Today, as usual, I was thinking to get ready and depart from my home to go to the work. But after finishing my mentor sessions, I was planning to take some time to relax. Hey, YT out, how are you doing? Stop feeling go, yo, I remember you. It's time is like 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm just going to my home, dude. So I decided, you know what? Just come on the live stream and discuss few of the topic because once I go home and then it take a lot of times to, come on the live streams and discuss so many things because right now it's 4:39 a.m. in the morning. So I had to go to home and sleep. So that is the reason I want to get things done as soon as possible. As usual, I depart and in the evening around 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. And to home, since I know I don't have to make my lunch, are you hacking the trend? No, dude, I'm not hacking the trend. But it is interesting that you asked that question because recently we've been learning how to find the weaknesses of any of the website, whether it is Amazon's website or e-commerce, any kind of website, you can able to find out the weaknesses. But hacking the trend, you can able to hack the trends, but it's would not be as easy as you think. You know why? Because would you curve phone and mouse and would explode into the money? No, hell no. Because in NYCMTA, they use very, very old railway systems in their back end. I don't know whether you have seen it or not. As usual, of the five train, six train, even air train, B train, most of them, they use very, very old technology. And the limitations many of the, I would say, security expert would have or hacker would have to do hacking the NYC subway is useful. Okay, because this is the problems where you can't able to get all kind of technology in order to carry out this attack. However, if you want, then we can eventually do that with their websites, but it would not be that much useful because anyway, the questions that you asked, I will try to find the community for the movie. No, I don't know whether you had heard it or not. There is one instance. There is one of the instance where few of the teenager, what they did was they immediately hijack the one of the 5 trains and immediately they were riding that particular train. This is super duper crazy. And you know what is more crazy? Especially in the late night and voices always like 100% people not. The timing is extremely, extremely late. Obviously, there are times when you are traveling in subway, you will get the subway. more frequently. Anything is trains, but during the night time, maybe after 1 a.m., especially after 1 a.m., most of the subway get very delayed. Ah, where is that guy? This guy, he just said that he's coming. I'm pretty much sure that's the one. Hope, 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 hope. God damn it. It seems super. No, 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 no. That's not him. Because right now I've been using one of my roommate, his empty a card. And using one card, we can able to travel many different places because this is absolutely unlimited. And once you have unlimited card where you had to pay around 134 bucks, you can utilize it for whole week unlimited, right? One of the limitations they do have was, let's say you just use that particular MTA card, and after using it, you can't able to swipe it again to allow your homie or maybe any of your what is the name? Any of your other companions to come in. Uh, Anyway, let's go back to the main topics. What do you think of Elsa? I have no idea what the heck is Elsa. Outside is super duper. Let me check. This guy is still not there. Wait, let me just see. And immediately that my roommate he will get confused. And once he come in the south end, and he can't able to fight me. Everyone, happy Sunday. Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, it is Sunday, dude. I forgot. So, what exactly happened to me in the evening? As usual, I don't need to cook for the lunch because one of my roommate he cooked everything for me, and he bought it few of the lunch box from his cousin sister. And because of that, I was thinking maybe I will chill sometime into Reddit. And after chilling sometime, eventually I will just go and eat my chicken as well as there is called pula together. And then I will, how the heck it you? No, dude, you were asking so much illegal stuff. So what exactly happened? Who wins in the fight? Gorilla or Lion? Both are in their prime. No, you should. I think this is a wrong question. You should ask to me. Instead, you can ask who can win, gorilla or 100 man best a gorilla. What do you think? Who is gonna win? So this is the question that you have to ask. This is the same questions somebody asked to a random person in the street in New York City. And you know what he said? He said that if you bring one guy from the Harlem, which is one of the city, one of the area in the Bronx, and you have one of the gorilla or 100 man, then this guy he can easily able to control all of them. So in the evening, let's back to the evening topic because I'm just running around so much. So in the evening, I was scrolling into the Reddit, watching random videos, try to relax for some time, but the sometime turns into an hour. So once it turned into an hour, immediately I just get off. Immediately get off, and I had around only 1 hour to go from one borough to the another borough by trains. Generally speaking, most of the times I at least depart from my home 2 hour than the usual time. So there is only 1 hour. I was lucky enough first I get into the train, nearest trains. And because of the service maintenance, most of the train was running express after the purchaser. And since the train was running express, I immediately went to 125th Street. And when you are in 125th Street, you have many options which you can take 5 train, 4 train to go express from uptown. I mean, the downtown of Manhattan. So immediately I hop into a express trains, and that lead me to exactly 14 Union Square. And from 14 Union Square, I obviously had to just get into the 6 train again to go to the Blicker Street. And obviously, in the Blicker Street, when I landed, I didn't realize that the F train was not running because somebody said that in the F trains, means one of my coworkers he said in the F trains, it got stopped in all direction, which means both directions, Blicker Street, Delancey Street, everywhere. The reason was somebody put the fire or somebody get into the track where they had created an issues, and because of that shit, it just stopped everywhere. The ultimate blame which I can make was because of my stupid procrastinations. It happened. And by the way, the reasons I'm saying because of that procrastination is because the last update which I got into the MTS website was 6:30 p.m. And this is the 6:30 p.m. at which the things that he just told me to come to school. And secondly, today when I was coming at home, and suddenly I realized that holy cow, let me just do some calculations. In 1 week, how many hours are there? And after doing some calculation, I realized that in 1 week there is 168 hours. And these 168 hours, even though if you work like let's say 50 hour or maybe 60 hour, you have many other options or many others hours that are left. Thank you so much. Bye bye. See you next time. So many other, for example, the calculations which I made was first thing first, if I work 50 hour in a week, and then obviously you have another 50 hour you have to give to your body to relax. Then after doing all the calculation, you still have 68 hours on your hand. So there should not be any excuse to follow your own goals, the things that you really, really want in life by using that 68 hours. Even I still remember when I was in the college, bro, in the subway station, I was doing the homework. During the final times, exam times, the teacher, he said that by today, you guys have to submit the labs. And the only options which I had was to just do it immediately as soon as possible before 12 o'clock at night. So ultimately, I had to sit into the Fulton Street that is located in the downtown Manhattan. And in the Fulton Street, I just put my computer, so called HP laptops, and immediately finished off my assignments. And those are the things that I have did in order to keep up my grades, which is 3.8 GPA to graduate it from the college. And I'm proud for that, man. And trust me, those are the things also inspire me to encourage during the difficult situations. God damn it, look at that. There is a black color cat. That is weird. So anyway, so the 68 hours which I will gonna utilize, particularly in the cybersecurity as well as the content creations. And I believe three of the goals which I make was building my apps. When building my apps, this is one of the things which I really, really love to do because I want to express my ideas by creating an apps which will gonna help many other people around the world. And obviously, whenever you help people through an apps, at that time you will gonna generate so much amount of money. So obviously, these are the goals. The three goals which I have discussed on that day was the first one was the cybersecurity related. Secondly was what was the second goals? Bro, I forgot. But generally speaking, first one is 100% cybersecurity related, and the second one is I believe memorizing the Quran. This is one of the spiritual religious scripture, and third one I forgot. But anyway, any means I will gonna build one of the company. When I said company right now, it reminded me Steve Jobs, his interviews clip. On other day, I was scrolling into social media, Instagram. Suddenly, I came across to one of the clips where Steve Jobs he was telling to the interviewer, "If you build a company and main motive was to be make a money, then this company would not be as much successful 5 to 10 years from now." Again, I'm just rephrasing what he said. However, if you have ideas and that you want to express it in a way that you love or you think it will going to help the society once you bring those ideas into reality, then there will be a true potential for you to be successful 5 to 10 years from now or 20 years from now. And for example, Apple, bro, you would not imagine right now there might be sucks. Why? Because most of their devices seems like almost same thing, only little by little they do upgrade. However, when the Steve Jobs was there, you might have seen many of the innovations which they have done to the Apple. What are the things, other things that I have discussed? Okay, so the 168 hours things which I have discussed, as well as my daily goals. Wait a minute. When I when I'm speaking about my daily goals, it reminded me that I was not putting enough time. So at least if it is 2 minutes, 3 minutes, I will gonna put onto my daily goals to make sure that I reach my daily goals. Daily goals, which means my three of the goals which I have created. The main priority one was the cybersecurity, because end goal of my life in cybersecurity is to build my own company. Why I should do that is because there are few of the there are few of the things which I feel people takes very control of it. For example, whenever you visit any of the site, and after you go to the site and eventually when you click on I accept the cookies, you believe by accepting the cookies is nothing. The website is not getting any of your information. But you didn't realize the website was tracking your personal informations, including your live, what is the name? Live IPS, there is IPS address, live IPS, your internet provider address, and they can able to tell your most of the information like which country that you are accessing the site, which device, as well as sometime if they use some of the advanced feature like nmap stuff, then they can able to identify the MAC address as well of that particular device. Another example which I would give, if I build my company, is not about making a money, is about creating few of the solutions. For example, I use example totem. For instance, whenever you travel in the bus, train, you have seen the people there playing the music so loudly. It disturbs other person who is sitting next to them. Despite requesting to the person who is playing music loudly to reduce the volume, they get arrogant or instead they ignore the request. That is the reason I decided, why don't we create an app
that can be used to lower the volumes, and it should be distributed to only specific people. And I know someone will argue that, hey, dude, it can be illegal for a person to get, holy cow, there is a dog. It could be an illegal for a person to get into another device unauthorizedly. If that is one of the point that we can rise, then to bring the best solutions would be first, I will build the systems and then try to give that particular system to the MTA. Then MTA will implement it in every of their subway trains. Therefore, when someone will going to start playing any kind of electronic device loudly, the technology which I will build would going to reduce the volumes immediately. Did I discuss anything else? Okay, this is one of the thing. Another last important stuff was parents. Bro, I swear to God, whenever you were small and born this earth, your parents have taken care of you so much. Even I still remember, dude, when I am 6 years old or maybe five, I went to a wedding ceremony, and afterward, my stomach was hurting so bad. To straight time, I was not at that time. I was not an adult guy. As a result, my stomach. Oh my goodness, my stomach was hurting so badly, and it was not good. But still, my father, he was there, and he immediately cleaned up my all of my what's the name, all of my poop and everything. So right now, once they get older, many of the people, especially in my age or younger, even my siblings, I have seen that they get quite annoyed by their own parents, and this is not good. I straight to God, like, if you are a religious person, very well that taking care of the parents is extremely, extremely crucial. Because, bro, when you are small, they take care of you. But once you get older, your parents is also, once you get, adult, your parents is also getting older. And most of the time, their common sense, which are getting decayed over the times. Because in the past, they might have, you know, understand more better than you. But right now, since they're getting older, and as the saying goes, that the old people are similar to the children. So, but this thing doesn't understand by many of the adult in nowadays. Many of the people think that, hey, you are old enough and you have to understand every single shit. But they didn't realize that one day they will also get old, and history will repeat on them. So their children will also take care of them the way they're treating to their own parents. Let me tell you a story. So let's say I'm not going to take the name, but I'm going to just tell you a story. What the heck is that? Man, I think my roommate, everyone's sleeping. Okay. Holy moly. Oh, let me tell you a quick story. Especially in life, whenever you are traveling from one place to another place, if it is permanently or if it is vacations, sometimes your relatives, close one, might tell you, hey, you can come over to my house or their house and stay there for 10 days, 20 days, or 40 days, or maybe a few weeks. But don't take that offer. Trust me, I'm going to tell you the truth. Because human, they have one kind of psychology where before giving something to the other persons, they always think that it would be more appreciative, it would be more building a bond with other persons by providing an accommodations. But once they provide the accommodations for 3 days, 4 days, in the fifth day, the person who said earlier that they will provide 3 week, 1 week, or 6 week accommodations eventually change their face or change their appearance and would tell you that, hey, you have to leave. Either you have to leave, or sometime they will gonna indirectly tell you some of the stuff that would not be toleratable to you. So that is the reasons I would highly recommend to myself, particularly, as well as whoever watching right now from whichever world that you are in. Make sure you should not don't go into your relatives or maybe some of your close uncle or aunt to their houses thinking that they might give you the accommodations and you will gonna save xyz amount of money. I understood sometimes we don't have enough money in our pocket to survive into a large city. For example, in New York City, um, it is very expensive to live, especially the rent is extremely high. Those scenarios, first couple of months, yes, some of the relatives might give you the accommodations, but make a target that after living there for 1 or 2 months, immediately get a good jobs or any kind of jobs, and then just move away from those houses. I will give you best example. Let's say you live in another state and you have some of your close or family member who lives in the New York City, and then you tell them that, hey, I am planning to shift to the New York City. However, I don't have enough amount of money. Therefore, can I stay to your house? At the starting, they would say, that's fine, no problem. You can stay there as long as you want. However, after staying there for 2 to 3 months, immediately those people who said earlier that you can stay there as long as you want, that is a lie. They would immediately tell that, hey, this is too much. Sometime their living expenses, which is coming high, or maybe they would say that, hey, um, you are utilizing the electricity too high. So that is the reason. So you have to leave or look for any other alternative. Another point which I can make is they might also say that you should utilize the electricity less because the electric bill was coming too high. So that is the reasons I would highly recommend that, even whenever you are going from anywhere in the city or any countries, make sure just try to book your own accommodations, especially if you have money. If not, then borrow some money from someone and never depend on other persons. This is the advice which I can give to whoever watching right now. And last advice is, even if when you are in a difficult situations where your parents are very old and sometimes they say some things that might hurt you, you have to, in those scenarios, you have to be a man or adult enough to understand that once your father mother hit 50 or 60 years old, their mindset change very drastically or dramatically. In those situations they are retired, which means you as an adult like myself, I had to provide them support every single moment in their life. Sometimes you might be living with them and they might say few of the words that hurt you so badly, but at the end of the day you have to also remember when you were small, you have said so many stuff to your parents, and in those scenarios they might not look at you the way you look at them when they're old enough. So that is the reasons I highly recommend whoever watching right now, whether 6 people, 10 people, even I'm advising myself at 5 or 7 in the morning that, hey, dude, you better be a man enough to take care of your parents, whether it's father. Again, I don't have mother because she just passed away, and I do have a very close relationship with her. Unfortunately, I'm lucky enough, I do have my father. So any situations whenever he need help, even though he lives with my own sister, but still he was saying that he want to live separately. I have no choice. I have to just give to him. I know very well in western country, particularly in United States, even in UK or United Kingdoms. I'm not familiar with it, but what I heard from the internet as well as front of my own eyes, many of the people in the western culture, once they get married, they completely get separated from their parents. But for me, the person who grew up in the Middle East as well as in Asian countries, we don't do that. Whether you are married or whether you have a 10 or 20 child, if your father, mother is alive, then you are the luckiest one. Why? Because you can take care of your father, mother. And you have to also remember that because of them, you came in this earth. And without your father, mother, you might have never seen this world in your life. Long story short, we have to end the streams. The quote of the day is, do not procrastinate. Stay consistent of your goals, whichever goals that you have set up. It's better try to set up like at least three goals maximum to maximum, and make one of the goals which is main priority. And if you do not procrastinate, and also if you are working 70 hour, remember in the weeks there is a 168 hour, so no excuse. If you work 70 hours, 50 hour, still you have a lot of times. You have to make that decisions by yourself. And if you're in lower positions or lower level of situations and trying to improve yourself, stay silent, take the actions quietly, do not share with everyone. And once you get the result, then tell your manager or boss that, hey, I don't want to work from your department. I want to leave immediately. I know a few of the people will going to give you some kind of agreement or those stuff. So it's better always be careful what you sign whenever you get a job offer. But my personal recommendation is try your best to do a business, help people, help the world, help somebody for free, dude. Do not charge money, trust me, because there are so many people in the world who thinks that whenever, hey, again from the Scotland, yo, XOX, I do remember you. Thank you so much for joining in. Jay-Z shirt. Is it the Jay-Z shirt? I don't know that because when I was in the Middle East, one of my brother he just gifted me this shirt. Did you know what is crazy? I don't like to speak with this thing with anyone, but still I'm just telling you guys, bro, today when I was going in the subway, yeah, I was wearing same shirt like that, and suddenly few of the people are looking at me, but trust me, it's not because I want to attract people's attentions. The reason I was wearing this shirt is very, very comfortable. I swear to God, like very thin. During the summertime, it is one of the best shirts. The quality is good, like very thin, and it is super awesome. And especially during the in the subway, sometimes it is very hot. And anyway, I have to just end the stream right now. Do not overthink. It looked good. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for compliment. I'm gonna end the stream because it's 5:10 a.m. in the morning, and I will play one of the Roblox. Again, this is the things I do. And after playing the Roblox, I will spend 5 minutes on each of my goals, and hopefully, after that, tomorrow I'm gonna update you what I did for my goals. So stay blessed, stay safe, and whoever joined, thank you so much for tuning in.